Let's pay homage to the lineage gurus. Homage to the Venerable Mang Liao Ming. Homage to Master Sakya Cheng Kung. Homage to His Holiness the 16th Karmapa. And homage to Master Tupten Dorshi. Homage to the three jewels of the altar. Homage to the main deity of the group practice tonight from the copper-colored mountain, Guru Rinpoche, Guru Padmasambhava. Sumu, Tansen Katso, Tutan City, all Dharma masters, Dharma educators, Dharma teachers, Dharma instructors, Dharma tutors, directors of temples and chapters, centers, all disciples present here and over the internet. Good evening, everyone. How do you do? These are greetings in different languages. In Cantonese, Vietnamese, Japanese, Korean, Spanish, Taiwanese. This evening we practice Guru Padmasambhava. And we can say that Guru Padmasambhava is the founder or the first lineage guru of Tibetan Tantric Buddhism. For Nyingmapa, Gelugpa, Sakyapa, and Kagyupa, the four major sects of Tibetan Tantayana highly revere Guru Padmasambhava. So he is referred to as Guru Rinpoche by the Tibetans. The mantra that I just chanted, usually we chant That's how we chant this mantra, but his shortest. His shortest mantra, Om Pecha Padma Hum. Om Pecha Padma Hum. Om Pecha Padma Hum. That's the shortest mantra. Om Pecha Padma Hum. I have said it that he is the true lotus youth or Padma Kumara. He was born from a lotus blossom. So he was born from a lotus. Lotus born. According to the Donghuang grottos in China, the murals inside the caves in the Parinirvana Sutra of Sakyamuni Buddha, it was recorded that Sakyamuni Buddha was once the king Weda. And one time, in his own garden, in his palace, on the lotus pond, there are 2 lotus blossoming. And from those lotus blossoms, there were 2 lotus youths. One is called the Bao Yi Tongzi, the other one is called the Bao Sang youth. So these 2 youths brought Sakyamuni Buddha to meet the Buddha of the time, which is the pure light Buddha. So these 2 youths, Bao Sang youth and Bao Yi youth, are also lotus youth. According to the Mahamudra of Kagyupa, above, it was the primordial Buddha, the Vajradhara, who transmitted the Mahamudra of Kagyupa to Bao Yi youth. And Bao Yi youth is also lotus youth. So it turned out that Guru Padmasambhava is also lotus youth. And then Bao Yi youth and Bao Sang youth are also lotus youth. And Bao Yi youth is the second, we can say, other than the primordial Buddha, he was the second lineage guru. Also Padmakumara. So that's truly wonderful. So at that time, Golden Mother took me to see my past lives and told me in my ears that your past life was Padma Kumara or lotus youth. And I thought, oh, just a little youth, a child, right? A youth. What's so big deal about that? So I'm just so small. And then later on, I discovered that Guru Padmasambhava, the greatest founder of Tibetan Tantrayana, is also a Padmakumara or lotus youth. And you would never know that the patriarch or the lineage guru of Mahamudra is also lotus youth or Padmakumara. And 2 Padmakumaras took the King Veda, which is the previous life of Sakyamuni Buddha, to meet the pure light Buddha. So they are also the guiding gurus. So it turned out that Lotus Youth is not minuscule. It's actually quite great. So that's very healing. So I thought Lotus Youth was a nobody, but it turned out they're not. Lotus Youth are really great. But when you read the Vimalakirti Sutra, in the one Dharma realm, there is no differentiation between big and small. In the Dharma realm of oneness, there's no differentiation between big and small. So we cannot say who's bigger or who's smaller. But in the Saha world, there are differentiations between big and small. So you cannot go back to your office and told your boss and say, hey, we are equal. Then he would fire you. So maybe it's not the boss who fires you, but you fire the boss. So that's why there's so now you call me Grandmaster Lu. That's just a name. Who knows? In the future, you will become a Buddha. When you have become a Buddha, I'm still in the Saha world to be a nobody. Really. In the Saha world, there are big and small levels, man and woman, differentiations. But in the realm of oneness, there is no differentiation at all. It's all equal and non-dual. This is mentioned in the Vimalakirti Sutra. In the era of Sakyamuni Buddha, actually in India, there was not very equal. We have someone from Mumbai. A disciple from Mumbai? What do you say? Or how do you say your place? Oh, he's left. I haven't even started talking about him and he's gone. There are classes in India and during Sakyamuni Buddha's era. And they also differentiate between bhikshus and bhikshunis. Just as a simple example, a bhikshu has returned to at home life. He can become ordained again and then return to home life again and can come back again to become ordained, to become a monk again, and then return to home life and then can become a monk again. Back and forth, back and forth. for about 10 times. But that's not allowed for Bhikshuni. If a Bhikshuni returns to home life, then she cannot become ordained again. So, is that equality? No. But that's the rules of the Sakyamuni Buddha. So it's hard to say. So bhikshus and bhiksunis in terms of Sakyamuni Buddha's rules also have levels. But in the Dharma realm of oneness, everything is equal. There's no differentiation. Like now, I'm a grandmaster and you're disciples. But who knows, maybe in the future, you would become a guru and I become your disciple. That's also possible. So I'm talking about Padma Kumara. There are no differentiation between big and small. The youths or Kumaras mentioned in the Buddhist Sutras, like one of them that appeared in the Vimalakirti Sutra, it's called the Xiangyan youth, or the fragrant, dignified youth. And youth is the same as Bodhisattva. So let me share a joke. A couple went to buy airplane tickets and they cannot sit together. So the man was very angry and we're husband and wife, why can't we sit together? And then the person trying to explain that this is airplane seats, you know, it's not the bedrooms. On a bus, a lady was holding a dog sitting next to Xiaoming. And Xiaoming took a look at the dog. And the dog also looked at Xiaoming. And Xiaoming looked again, and the dog kept gazing at Xiaoming, and both together for a while. And then the lady looked at Xiaoming and then looked at her dog and then told Xiaoming, "Do you know each other?" That's funny, huh? A roommate said that I snore when I sleep. That they couldn't, because of that they couldn't sleep. So I didn't believe that. So I didn't sleep last night. And I keep checking on myself if I snore or not. And sure enough, I didn't snore. So they were lying. And she didn't sleep all night. Now we'll move on to the subject. A question in the Q&A session. Question from Taiwan, Wang Rui Hong. 1. Upon succeeding in the spiritual qi movement or practice, can I practice it at home if I have done protection for the house? This is a spiritual qi movement, and he could do it, and he wanted to know if he could do it at home if he's done protection for the house. Second, by practicing the heavenly body practice after attaining spiritual responses with the 3 roots, and in the heavenly body practice, we visualize the yidam. So can we be reborn in the Pure Land at death? The third question, Grandmaster, please show us the mudra for the lion roar Manjushri Bodhisattva. Lion roar Manjushri Bodhisattva's mudra. Do you all know? It's very similar to the mudra of Yamantaka. So the special one, the lion roar, Manjushri Bodhisattva's mudra. Do you know? Is there a special mudra for that? Let me show you. This is the Manjushri's mudra, a sword. This symbolizes sword, because Manjushri is holding a sword. Manjushri Bodhisattva's mount or pet is a lion. And Samantabhadra's Bodhisattva's mudra, and his mount is an elephant. Samantabhadra's pet is an elephant. So I cannot show you. Why? Otherwise I have to climb on this table. The lion roar. I remember. You're in Taiwan, right? I remember when I was in Zhanghua City, the Bagua Mountain. It's like a pig farm. Next to it, there's a Lizhang temple called the Guasan Lizhang Temple. And Master Lien Ji is there. And back then, I showed the Manjushri Bodhisattva's lion roar mudra. how the lion is crouching. I showed that there. This Wang Ruihong from Taiwan go to the Guasan Lijiang Temple, which is next to the big farm at the Bagua Mountain in Changhua City. And you can ask Master Lian Ji, and he will tell you how Grandmaster demonstrated the lions sitting. And that's the Lion Roars Manjushri Bodhisattva's Mudra. If he forgot, then you come to Seattle, to Seattle Lijiang Temple, and I will show it to you. That's the third question. And the second question, so after attaining spiritual responses with the three roots, with the Yidam, Guru, and the protector, and then you practice the heavenly body practice and visualize the Yidam. So can we be reborn into the Pure Land at death? But the thing is, once you gain spiritual union with the three roots, then you can be reborn to the Pure Land of the roots, the Guru, Yidam, and Protector. If you gain spiritual union with the Guru, Yidam, and Protector, you can go to the place of the Guru, Yidam, or Protector, whichever you want. You will definitely be reborn to the Pure Land of the three roots. That's clear. The first question. If you practice the spiritual Qi movement, and can I practice it at home if I have done protection for the house? Let me tell you, generally, this spiritual Qi movement is risky. Is this the lion throne or the lion sitting posture? In Guasan, one is the lion seat, elephant seat, or sitting on top of Garuda, like Vishnu. The mount of Vishnu is Garuda. Yeah, I showed them how to sit above Garuda, on top of Garuda. Brahma, Shiva, Vishnu, Durga, Kali, Mahasri, and Saraswati, and Ganesh, and Hanuman. That's the Tanka of Hinduism, and several of them are blocked. The one at the center, holding a lute, that's Saraswati, and then Durga, Mahasriya. So, this practicing the spiritual Qi movement is dangerous. If you can control it, you can let it start, let it stop. They're under all your control. Then there's no problem. And you can do it anywhere. However, if you cannot control it, then it would be risky. Because if you see, because what you see is not necessarily true. And it's also written in the Vimalakirti Sutra that what some spiritual cultivators see, they think that they are bodhisattvas, but actually they are manifestations of Mahaswara, the great Mara or demon. So generally speaking, if you can control yourself, if you can do the spiritual qi movement, and you have protection, and you can control yourself, then you can do it anywhere. However, if you cannot control yourself, and you cannot differentiate the different spirits, then it would be dangerous. And in the past, I taught people how to do this. And there's also a talisman for this, so that you can move your qi or your spirit. Actually, it's very easy to do this. You don't have to close your eyes even. And just with the thought. So you can let it go, you can have it stop. That's what it is. Like when I push the qi down, it would go up. And the whole body would jump. That's the sign of a spiritual qi movement. But it's under control and with eyes open. And there is no danger to it. However, if you cannot control yourself and you're being attached by spirits, that the spirits that come into you are not pure, are not clean, then that would be troublesome. And if such things happen to you, you can come to Grandmaster for help. And Grandmaster can use his power and mantra to help you. I often help people who are being invaded or being disturbed by spirits. So generally speaking, if you can control it, then that's fine. But if there is no self-control, and then you're being attached or invaded and then moved by yourselves out of your control, then that would be very troublesome. So it's two-sided. One is you do protection, and you can do it at home. That's fine if you can control it. But if you cannot control it, then it does not matter. Even if you do protection, it's still dangerous. That's my answer to the questions asked by Wang Rui Hong from Taiwan. Only those who understand Chinese herbs would understand this joke. A man is cooking at home. Yeah, yeah. And he's cooking breast pig's hocks and put the penny in it. Yeah, this is Chinese words. Yeah. This is a kind of herb, but he misunderstood it to be a coin. Yeah. It's not like a dime and then you put a dime, but dime is like a name of a Chinese herb. There are two best friends, girlfriends talking, chatting. And the girl A said, my husband has a problem that cannot get hard, and he doesn't want to go to the doctor or to take medicine. Then what do? The friend asked. So I put Viagra inside his noodles. And so has he got hurt? No, it's the noodles that got hurt. So the noodles. Xiaoming's dog is very obedient and very smart. And Dad asked, so 1 + 1. And then he barked twice. And then Dad asked again, how about 2 + 2? And the dog barks 4 times. And Dad said, see, the dog is smarter than you are. And then one day, the dog barked all night. And in the morning, Xiaoming asked, Dad asked Xiaoming, what's going on? I asked him, 10,000 + 10,000. Now we will just talk about Vimalakirti Sutra. Last time, I was talking about display of all sorts of manifestation using transcendent power and employed unhindered skill of eloquence and fearlessness and subdue demonic vengeance and obstructions. Like Sakyamuni Buddha and Sariputra, look at the world as dirty. It's the evil world with 5 contaminants. The water is dirty, the roads are dirty, it's dusty everywhere. Back then there was no asphalt. And of course the water is dirty. They drank the river water. There was no tap water then. It wasn't very civilized. Wasn't very advanced. Of course the water was dirty. The soil was dirty. Their living place was dirty, no electricity. No water. But look at us now. If we have no water and no power, then you don't know how to live. But think about the ancient times. They didn't have water and no electricity. So the whole Saha world was dirty. So our garbage trucks come on Fridays, and we don't know where they take them from, but they take them away. But in the ancient time, I watch travel. No, that they went to the old Tibetan houses. And then next to the house, there were piles of garbage. And some household is slightly better, and they place it on the roof, on the flat roof. Because nobody take the garbage away. And back then, there were no garbage trucks. Just imagine how much garbage we produced. And they all piled them in front of their house. Before civilization came to Tibet, as you walk down the road, it was a foul smell from the garbage because they were all piled up in front of the houses. So the ancient India, there were many places, almost everywhere. See, in the ancient times, there's no bathrooms or toilets, right? That's being flushed to the sewage system. Now, that if you don't have a sewage system, then they have a septic tank in the remote areas. But they still use that to take care of it. But in the ancient time, they don't have such things. So what Sariputra saw, they're all dirty. But Sakyamuni Buddha just used a divine or transcendent power of his foot with one toe touching the Saha world, the ground of the Saha world, and gold covered the whole ground. Just how incredible the transcendent or supernatural power was. And on the trees, they're all celestial garments, like the leaves of the trees. And people come and go. The bodhisattvas and the sages, they're all radiating lights. And they don't have to wash their clothes. There are no dust. There's no, and the temperature is just right. And you feel so comfortable, not too hot, not too cold. And your abodes are made of gold and precious jewels, like heavenly palaces. So the Saha world immediately becomes heavenly palaces. So Sakyamuni Buddha has this a wish-fulfilling transcendent power. Look at the Saha world, the transportation. For transportation, they did not have to ride on the bus. They ride on the clouds. Wherever you want to go, the clouds come and you can go on top of the clouds. You're like a sage, a bodhisattva, seated on the lotus. And whatever you want to eat or drink, they appear immediately. The sweet water, nectar water appears right away. And they wear radiant, bright celestial garments. And all the bodhisattvas radiate light, and they are all magnificent and marvelous. The Sariputra could not see those. But once Sakyamuni Buddha manifested his transcendent power, Sariputra saw it. And that's called transcendent power. And it's called also the power, the willpower, the mind power. Then they all manifest. It's called manifestation of the transcendent power. And we called it transcendent power of divine eyes. So your eyes can see across the 3 times and throughout all 10 directions. So you can see the heavenly palaces. And you can see into hells, those who suffer punishments and retributions with heavy sins and crimes. And you can see them all. That's called the divine eyes. And then divine hearing. The divine seeing or divine eyes can be proven scientifically now. Grandmaster learned surveyor, and there's this observatory, astronomical observatory. So the universe that we cannot see with bare eyes, when you use the powerful telescope in the observatory, then you can see them. So that's close to the divine eyes. And divine ears is you can hear things that normal people cannot hear. Like Simu now, although she's sick, but she has divine ears. 24 hours a day, whenever she's awake, her ears can hear the heavenly beings chanting sutras. You can ask her if you see her. Are there heavenly beings chanting sutras for you? And she will tell you. The sutra chanting is very fast, and the sound of the musical instruments, the chanting instruments, and not just one, but a group of them are helping Simu to chant sutras for her to hear. So what she has is this divine ears or hearing, because she can hear the heavenly beings chanting sutras for her to hear. So I told Simu then, at that time, at such a time, see, the heavenly beings are helping you eradicate your karma from many past lives. So at such times, If you understand what they chant, you should chant together with them. If you don't understand what they are chanting, just focus on the sound. Then you can stay focused and be single-minded. And in such a realm, that would be a very good, because they are helping you to meditate. They are guiding you to meditate by listening. But if you don't focus on their chanting, and then you focus on other mundane things, why don't you make use of the time and find a time and listen carefully and focus your mind on the chanting? Then in the future, you can be reborn into the Pure Land. So you focus your mind at the brow point, at this divine heart, at the brow point, to focus on the sound of the chanting. So use the divine hearing to enter meditation. She can hear it 24 hours a day, both in Taiwan and here in the States. So she can hear it anytime. The heavenly beings helping her chanting the sutras. So this is called divine ears. Other people, even when you're standing next to her, you cannot hear it. Anyone that she has told the sound of the sutra chanting? Lian Wang. Hui Jin have heard Simu talk about it. Lian Xi, Lian Yin. Simu has told him that she could hear. And I asked her, and she told me 24 hours a day, helping her, eradicating her karma from previous lives. And in the future can guide her to the higher realm. This is called divine ears. This is the real divine ears, the real life example. She did not lie to me. She heard it clearly. And she learned to chant with them. If she understands, she can follow them chant, then that would be better. And people with divine ears can. And if people have divine ears, they can hear the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas speaking to them. And the next one is the transcendent power of knowing other people's thoughts. I know what they're thinking. Actually, it doesn't have to be like that. You just show me a photo of someone, and immediately I would know in this life whether they do good more than the bad, or they do bad more than the good. I can see it right away. This is the transcendent power of knowing other people's mind. Just with a photo, but of course you cannot take a photo that's been what's that called? Has been faked, you know. You can't see the real face anymore. Now with the touch-up, with the computer, or they can even get plastic surgery. Let me tell this joke. 2 frogs got married and they give birth to a toad. And the female frog told the male frog, sorry, honey, because before I married you, I had plastic surgery. So she was a toad. So the baby of 2 frogs was a toad. So now with advanced science and technology, the photo is not real anymore, but the true photo. In Japanese or in Cantonese. Real photo. Shashin in Japanese. And nowadays, all of that is touch up and fake, improved. But the real photo, I can tell what this person is. Or this one has authority, or someone with a higher position, I can tell right away. That's a transcendent power. And I would know where he would go. So that's also a kind of transcendent power. And transcendent power to know past lives and future lives. That's the transcendent power of knowing your lives. And transcendent power of swift or soul travel. The Grandmaster has many Dharma bodies or emanated bodies. You can see Grandmaster in England, in Malaysia. You can see Grandmaster there. And you can also see Grandmaster Lu in Indonesia, in Singapore. You can also see Grandmaster Lu there. Or in America, in other states, you can also see Grandmaster Lu. There are many who are able to see Grandmaster Lu. Even the people inside here, they are Grandmaster Lu. You can see Grandmaster Lu even when I don't go there physically, and you can have a dialogue with him, with the body. And the people seated in here can see Grandmaster Lu. The people who are present here, who are seated here now, can see Grandmaster Lu and can talk to Grandmaster Lu. Or they could see Grandmaster Lu speaking to a Dakini too, and all around many countries. So what is this? This is transcendent power of soul travel or divine feet. So you would be able to see when you reach a certain realm in your practice. That's how it is. So whomever Grandmaster invoked, like Golden Mother, never apart from Grandmaster. She's always next to me. Like recently, my body is sick. It's just that she doesn't want to help me. If she wants to help me, immediately they'll be resolved. And I don't pray or ask her either. I am very tough. although Golden Mother is around me, and she's here anytime I invoke her. But I cannot show it to you, because if I do, that would be disrespectful. I'm just inviting her for a show. But I know she's never apart from me. Once I gain spiritual union with one deity, I can gain spiritual union with many deities. Like the Pingala that was in the TBSN animation. She's also in union with me. Whatever I ask him, he would reply. He's also never apart from me, and many other deities who are never apart from me. So we can say that this is also a kind of spiritual union. So this is called out-of-body emanations. So before coming to Seattle, she only need to tell my Dharma body when I will go to Seattle. Then I would know when she's coming. So that's the benefit of the Dharma bodies. Like Guru Padmasambhava, he had said, right? That as long as you chant his mantra after tens of thousands of times, that when for the disciples who honor the Guru, treasure the Dharma, and practice diligently by chanting Guru Padmasambhava's mantra, he would appear anytime, anywhere. So he never abandoned us. He's always with us. So that's out-of-body transcendent power. And you can see the bodies anytime and can have the dialogues. Although my physical body is sick, but my Dharma bodies are not sick. Why? Because this physical body is just an aggregate of the four elements. It's just a sack of dirty stuff. But the Dharma bodies have no physical aggregates of the four elements. It's a true radiant light bodies who manifest. So the Dharma bodies are never sick. Who came and told me? Oh, Li Sangshi, the mother of Jirong, Li Xingzi, Master Li, Lilia's mother, passed away, and she came to my painting room and told me, Grandmaster, I did not know that death is such a good thing. Now I know. I did not know, but now I know death is such a good thing. I cannot tell my disciple, right? Just go die, all of you, right? I know that death is a good thing because this physical body is the most horrible thing. It's just an aggregate. But once it aged and died, then it would make you suffer. Just such a suffering due to age and sickness. But without this physical body, like the master Li Xinzhu. She told me, because when she was alive, in her old age, she was suffering so much pain, and she could not walk. She had to use this the walker, and just in so much pain and suffering and misery. And the Chinese sage Lao Tzu also said, a very important statement, my only peril is this physical body. That's all. Without the physical body, he had no perils, no troubles at all. So look at my Dharma bodies. There's no troubles, no perils. Those are clear light bodies, always young and healthy, no sickness, never change. So this physical body is really horrible. So the manifestation or displays of transcendent power, and if you have the transcendent power of complete leakage or complete outflow, then you would become a bodhisattva and a Buddha. What is this complete outflow? Complete outflow of all afflictions. So you have no afflictions whatsoever, no worries, no concerns. But any human being without any afflictions at all? If you have none, please raise your hand. Every human being has afflictions. No exception. But Vimalakirti, he is just displaying transcendent powers, and he's endowed with all 6 transcendent powers. Once you have no afflictions, you're Bodhisattva, you're Buddha. So the transcendent power of complete leakage or outflow is the outflow of all afflictions. Then you enter into the Dharma realm of oneness. And what is that? That's the complete. Which is the completeness.
我今天跟大家讲解6通。什么是总持？游戏神通。得到一真法界。这维摩诘是得到一真法界。
So you displayed manifestation using transcendent power.
他也是一个大菩萨。
So. And he has the complete upholder, the Vajradhara. Although he's a lay Buddhist, he's also a great Bodhisattva. And then we will talk about the next statement tomorrow. Endowed with fearlessness and subdued demonic vengeance and obstructions. Penetrated Dharma gates, perfected wisdom, and mastered convenience, Dharma to fulfill wishes. And my dad all of a sudden smoked when the teacher came to the house. And the teacher said, some people have no ethics. And Dad all of a sudden understood, and then took the cigarettes and gave it to all the participants at the PTA meeting, all the parents. There's a misunderstanding. Someone asked the fat girl, other than eating, what else can you do? I can get hungry. Oh, money, bear me home.